All right, I'm back. The cat is back. So sorry that the last one got kind of cut off and because of the kids and whatnot. But this has been the reality of, when you have kids, they barge in any time and they want to. Thank you. The kids really like that one, actually, like the music. And if it's so interesting. They're so perceptive. My oldest was like, "Mommy, I really like that music. That sounds ancient." And I'm like, "What do you mean ancient?" It's like, "I don't know. That sounds ancient," which is kind of Egyptian music, right? Like originally I wanted something else, but then I put that on. Anyhow, and someone who is like I just who is that? Who's there? Like, if you're here, just say hi. Like, there are three people on. Say hi. Welcome here. Turn on. Tuned in. Drop out. What is your scent of the day? Tell us what you're wearing. Feel free to like the stream and subscribe and share and then whatever else. Anyway, that's that. So we got cut off, and I think I was at the group, and one of my friends, like they were saying that I didn't get to something that they wanted me to review, or they want to hear me my opinion. So here we are. So we shared a little bit from the haul. We reviewed the Stephanie Brueggen, the Paris Bombay, and we talked about Etro Maggot. I don't even know how you say that word. The Amouage Gold Woman. Guerlain Heritage EDT, what's yours? So that's I wore a few things today. So like in the morning, I wore the Iris Nazarena that we talked about in the previous video, and then I tried Iris Cartagena on the other hand, and then on the live I sprayed this one, Amouage Gold. Maybe after the live, I sprayed Amouage Gold, and Aaron, who was on the live, the previous live, he told me that the perfumer was the same as for Amouage Gold Woman was the same as the Chanel Pour Monsieur and number 19, one of the number 19s, and I didn't like it's so strikingly similar to kind of Chanel opening. The opening of this fragrance. It's a lot of aldehydes, and it's beautifully develops to a little bit of soapy, and as it goes on, it kind of really close to number 5, but it's not obviously not the same. I really enjoyed this one. So if you haven't tried it, Jubilation 25 might be a little bit more difficult for me. I don't know. I haven't even tested it properly. I just sprayed it when I got it. But yeah, if you haven't tried this one, Amouage Gold, then give it a try. I hear that it's close to Gold Man as well, so they're almost the same. Hi, Dahlia. How are you? What's your scent of today? Let us know what you're doing. Are you working tomorrow, Dahlia? I know you're working a lot, so good on you. So we have a bunch of stuff here. I'm going to start with the one that I was told they wanted to hear a review of. This is the House of Electimuss. The House of Electimuss came to my attention in 2017. Interestingly enough, when I was at Osma Perfumery, we had a discussion about this house. And apparently, when you look at Fragrantica, like their fragrances from the House of Electimuss, they are in a different bottle. And I think there's a change in the owner in 2017. So when you look at, let me just open up all the, here, Electimuss House. Here, House of Electimuss in a new tab. I think this is based out of London or somewhere in UK, this house. The bottles are huge and really heavy. So what does it say? Just about the designer Electimuss has 35 perfumes in our fragrance database, is a new fragrance brand. The earliest edition was created in 2014. The newest edition is 2024. Yeah, so I had not seen the older fragrances which have different bottle designs. Apparently they have made perfumes in collaboration with perfumers Kevin Mathias, Christian Provenzano, Julian Rasquinet, Sofia Bardelli, Celine Barrel, and Cécile Zerokian. So this one, I'll just make it small so I can see the stream here. What's going on here? Okay, all right, and we'll bring it up here. I did a little bit of my homework today. News over here. Hi, come on, Box with Teresa. Hi, welcome. Make sure that you like the stream and subscribe and all of that goodies. All right, so from this house of, what does it say? Hi, Nina. The old Amouage women's were so pretty. I know. I'm falling asleep, Mitra. I'm sorry. It's not you. I know. You know what? Don't worry about it. It's probably me. It's probably me. Because, you know, you're not the first person who falls asleep when I'm talking. It's not my first Electimuss, this one. I have something else that I can never remember, and I have tested. So when the house came out in 2021, I got a sample set of 17 fragrances that they had in there. And it came to me and I tested them all. Some of them are not really my jam, and it seemed like too close to the fragrances in the market, although I'm not going to call it a dupe or clone house, but it did seem way too close for my comfort level. Like one of them is like smells like a mantis, really like smells like a mantis, and Annie, like a Nishane Annie, if you like mix them up. The one that I have is really good. Now I can't even remember what the name of it is. It's called like a more of a cardamom, like a prominent one. This is new to me. Mercurial, no, not Mercury Cashmere. This is Caspian Cherry. Number one, the name really caught my attention because, you know, Caspian, we have Caspian Sea in Iran, and I'm Persian, so it caught my attention, and the cherry. So, you know, cherry and, you know, Caspian, and cherry being my favorite fruit of all time, it just really grabbed my attention. Unlike others, I know some of you guys say, "Why, girl, what are you talking about?" Unlike some people, I don't hate the cough syrup cherry smell. I don't. I know it's kind of disappointing to some people. I do prefer it to be real, kind of like the way that I smell the cherry is. But yeah, I don't mind cough syrup cherry either. I only have one, and that's Revon. Oh, I probably have smelled that one. Electimuss has many fragrances that smell like Boadicea because many done by Provenzano. Yes, there was a conversation that I had with Osme Perfumery owner that we talked about that as well. There's something about that. The Boadicea is also a kind of a really luxury clone house, like in some ways. I mean, perfumes are very well made, but a lot of them are very similar to the profiles that is available out there. So from Boadicea, I have Bodacious, obviously my favorite cherry. I have Heroin, and I have Harmonious coming to me. Trejon is a BR 540, but better. Oh, interesting. Anyway, so talking about Caspian Cherry. So this is kind of like a self-defense weapon. The bottle. Let's talk about the fragrance. So it is a new fragrance, obviously launched in 2024. Nose behind it is Kevin Mathias. Top notes are black cherry, amaretto, and dark chocolate. Middle notes are coconut, cinnamon, coffee, honey, and vetiver. Base notes are white chocolate, tonka bean, patchouli, and sandalwood. Imperium is more valent. Yes. That's what I was talking about, Imperium. All right, so let's spray this one. I have briefly sprayed the fragrance, and I can't even remember how it smelled like because there were like 500 other things that I smelled that same day. And let's do this. I don't know, the atomizer is really good. Look at that. That's nice. You know, at least if you are putting a fragrance out in the price range that these are. Obviously I did not buy this full price. I almost don't buy anything full price. This is from right after, like, sorry, I got distracted. I smelled the tonka and cherry, like that kind of combination of tonka and cherry. I don't buy anything full price. I bought it from Fragrance Buy. They had it on stock. Is this similar to Lost Cherry? No. Like, I get a lot more tonka in this one than that Lost Cherry. I used to have Lost Cherry. I sold mine. This is not very close to Lost Cherry. What I'm getting from it, there is a booziness of Amaretto in the opening. Not really a lot of dark chocolate. The black cherry I'm getting, there is honey, but quite subdued. Like, I don't like a lot of honey, like a really raw honey, like animalic honey. I don't know if you guys know what I'm talking about. Like, that kind of honey is not my jam, but I'm not getting that. It's kind of quite subdued. Cinnamon. We are not at, I'm not getting any of the white chocolate, patchouli, or sandalwood yet, but I do get a prominent combination of really beautiful black cherry, amaretto, and tonka. I don't know how would they have like a dark chocolate in the opening and then white chocolate in the base, which is kind of like basically cream and sugar, right? Really, there's nothing else. Ivan Really, who are you? Because if you're talking about Kuros, you know me somewhere, but I don't know you on this name. Yes, I do not like Kuros. I do not like Kuros at all. To me, it smells like urinal cake. I know the urinal cake came after Kuros, I guess. I can't remember, but I just can't handle that. It's really pissy to me. This is gorgeous. This is absolutely gorgeous. This is not like Duquesa, like from Gritty. This is not like Bodacious. Bodacious from Boadicea is a lot more woody versus like boozy to me. This is not like Lost Cherry. Lost Cherry is a little more juvenile. And I already feel that this is gonna last on you. You know, some perfumes when you smell, you know they're gonna last. The longevity is gonna be good. Now, don't take me for whatever if it doesn't last on you, but I feel like this is gonna be the one which is gonna last. It's starting to get some patchouli, but it's not developing it. I don't get a prominent coconut either, unless that's what it makes it kind of smooth and overall good. Okay. Cuts through the cold air. You know, I actually, funny enough, like I don't know why I always thought, how would you wear like heavy fragrances in hot air, like, or like hot climate? Because when I was actually in Miami not that long ago, it felt like nothing lasted. Like no perfumes that last here usually when I put it out, they didn't last at all. Like, I mean, I don't know if it's humidity or it's just like the heat that it wouldn't last, and everything was much more subdued. Versus when I put something, hi Alicia, here when I put something on, like, and go out in the cold air, I can really smell it. Now, I don't know, maybe there are scents that are also don't smell as much in the cold air and more come out and shine in summer. Maybe the ones that need to warm up on your skin, but yeah, I that was my experience. So this is, I would say that I can already tell that it in a really cold day, like, you know, getting out of the house and then, you know, getting that your own, you know, how the wind hits you when you get out of the door. That's the best part about wearing the fragrance in a cold climate, actually, is the step out of the door. There's a breeze. I'm not talking about -20 when your boogers turn to stone immediately. I'm not talking about that, but I'm talking about just a little bit of a breeze before we get there. And then you can smell your own fragrance, like, kind of blown back at you. I really like that one. That was where I fall in love with Caspian Cherry. Oh, interesting. Like, so there's another, like from Dior, I smelled La Col Noir, like that, in a similar, I put it on, I didn't smell much, and then I went out, and as I was standing waiting for my kid to come out of daycare, it just all of a sudden got windy, and I was like, what is that beautiful rose? And like that was the La Col Noir. Okay, so we shall see how this develops over time, but it is absolutely gorgeous. This is like the black cherry, amaretto, that tonka, and now a little bit more patchouli coming in. I really, really like it. I'm happy with that. Okay, so that's that. As I said, they had testers them at Fragrance Buy, and I don't get a cut. I don't get a commission. God, like I don't get paid or nothing. Nobody sends me anything for free. So they had testers. They had testers at Fragrance Buy, and the testers of Electimuss. When you see testers, they have caps. So mine came with a cap. So if you have cap anxiety, they come with cap. Next thing I'm going to try, maybe we'll try another Amouage that I was tricked to buy by someone who's not even here. Neroli, are you here? If you're here, just say hi. So I smelled this one, Royal Tobacco at Essence, actually, out of all places. They have buy one, get one 50% right off. I still have them. Yeah, so it's up to tonight. So tonight, I think their sales is ending. Buy one, get one 50% off. And surprisingly, I think Caspian Cherry was there in their, it's one of their specials. So it's a good deal to get it, because like even at, it was like $240 or something on regular. I bought it before that too. So Amouage Opus 14 or Royal Tobacco. I smelled this one in Essence, and I think I don't know if this line is considered unisex or is it marketed towards men. I've never really I never really looked into this line until Ramsey started talking about it a little bit, and then I got Opus 9, which is surprisingly for my first opus being a jasmine one. It's a beautiful, beautiful jasmine. I mean, I don't really like jasmine, but Opus 9 is absolutely gorgeous. So I tried this at Essence at Cécile Zeroquin's talk, actually. And let's see who has tried this in the chat. If you have tried Royal Tobacco, are you texting me? Or is it? No, I'm joking. Guys, don't get freaked out. This camera is like designed to move with the person who's presenting, so sometimes it just changes the angle. Royal Tobacco to me is a fragrance that's utterly confused by what it is. There are so many transitions, and I do not feel the word is cohesive. Yeah, it's the community really split on this. I quite like it, actually. I tried it at the Essence. Now, that's being said, the only time on my skin I have tried is when I got this perfume, and I still liked it. So back then it was on the, not Essence. I have tried this at the Scent Explorer. Amouage always has transitions. Yes, for sure they do. For sure they do. But I'll talk about that later. I was just going to get distracted again. Guys, if you're here, tell me what's your scent of today. We have 12 in the house. And I like the stream and subscribe and whatever. I don't like it. Coffee and licorice. Okay. All right, Daddy. Let's see. Let's see what's here. Pulled it up, and then what did I do to it? I only get smoked or not. Oh, really? Oh, interesting. I like it. I quite like this one, actually. Let's spray this one. Oof, this is so good, y'all. Like how don't you like this? Like even the first, like initially I thought this is kind of more for a man, and I don't know if I'm gonna pull this off or not. But it is absolutely gorgeous, this one, to be honest. I'm not gonna lie. I have no problems with licorice though. Like that may be the issue for some people. And look at this note. It's like a soup. Like there's a bunch of stuff. Like so there's so this version was launched in 2022. The nose behind it is Cécile Zeroquian. Top notes are olibanum, anise, elemi resin, cardamom, basil, bergamot. Middle notes are tobacco, licorice, fenugreek. And I do smell that fenugreek There is a fenugreek, not that I've ever used it in cooking, but there's a fenugreek supplement that I had to take in when I had my babies, and that's pretty much the smell that comes in it. And to me, it's a nice smell because I associate it with my babies. But I understand that some people might not like the fenugreek. Pyrenol, lavender, osmanthus, orange blossom, rose, based on olibanum, bourbon vanilla, myrrh, birch tar, benzoin, agarwood, Peru balsam, labdanum, gagwood, tonka bean, and vetiver, and masque. So lots and lots of notes. To me, there's the opening is like really herbal and tobacco and that licorice, a little bit of the fenugreek. I do smell anise. I mean, it's anise is licorice, I guess, like that's the same. And haven't got to the mid yet, so I'm gonna have, if I have any property left here, because I sprayed so much stuff in there. Okay. Gonna spray this. Oh, look at that. What's ooh. On the skin, I'm getting something animalic. Interesting. Or maybe this is the birch tar and like a labdanum birch tar. Peru balsam is kind of smoky. Yeah. So I'm gonna. I don't even know what pyrenol is. Anyways, it seems like it's a molecule. I'm just gonna get it dried down and then I will try. So from the Opus ones, so I have Opus 9, I have Opus 5. I really want an Opus 3, but it seems like Opus 3 is running away from me. It's not like, I know there are a few on eBay, I just don't want to pay that price yet. I'm not ready for that yet. Eventually I'll be desperate enough. I'll get it. But, you know, also because I know Opus 3 is really close to, like, I've heard close to Durum Intense. Not really sure is that the case or not, but I've smelled it on my friend Charlene and I really liked it, so that's the reason I want it. So here on me, like there was a moment of being so strong, but it seems like it's kind of that has gone away. Like it hasn't been even like a minute. That has gone away. I absolutely love this one, man. Like it's gorgeous. This would absolutely be gorgeous on a man and on a woman if you are. I'm not talking about myself, I'm not bragging about myself, but if you're like comfortable with masculine scents and you're confident and all of that, you can pull this off. I can imagine myself wearing this to a hookah night with with a leather jacket and you know very nice jeans and very nice boots. I can see hair pulled back, maybe a little bit of makeup. I can see that. I can already picture that wearing it. Also reminds me of my one of my profs, university profs, who used to smoke pipe tobacco. Oh, he was a hit between us. Pretty much the only reason I went to his classes was because he smelled good, and I actually did really well in that exam. Hi, Pat Laster. Hi, welcome. What's your scent of the day? Don't forget to like the stream and I don't know, whatever, subscribe and turn the notification on. I gotta probably come up with the one thing. Boop, 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 boop. You never got tobacco? What? It's really, really there. Like, it's really there for me. I can still smell a little bit of skank. I wonder what's that coming from. Is it the oud? It's a little of skank, but like just on the skin. Like the sillage doesn't have that that skank, but it's absolutely gorgeous. This one is it's I know I'm gonna like very much. I really like it. Professor Sunset, yeah, he had a pipe tobacco. He Nina, you wouldn't be surprised. That was in Iran, and he ended up getting fired because he would come to these sessions with like, you know, he had long hair and like beard and like this is a really different person, and he would wear shorts to the lectures, but he was very classy. Like even though he would wear shorts, but like the shorts were like a British man's shorts, and he worked in UK a lot, So, anyways, and I ended up getting fired because of his unusual presentation in a Iranian university. But I absolutely did well in his class. You could follow him in the university with the smell. Like, you know that he has arrived with the smell. You'd know he was there. Did he wear leather shoes or sandals? No, he did not wear sandals. No, that's absolutely, he wore leather shoes. He wore leather shoes. He would not wear sandals. He had this kind of long, wavy hair, and he would just tie him back, and had a beard, but like trimmed and nice. And then he would wear shorts, and he had a pipe tobacco. And yeah, he was the motivator for a lot of us to go to the class. So then, what are we gonna try? I am going to try next one, although I might have killed my nose with this tobacco because it is quite strong. This is from Masque Milano. It is Atessa or L'Atessa. I have heard about this a long time ago. Probably read a lot of Rumi too. Yes, you know it, Nina. You know it. I wonder what happened to him. Like, now that it's like, I'm just, my mind is stuck back there because I'm trying to remember what his name was. I forgot his name, but I can't picture him now. I have to contact my university mates and say what happened to him. Do you have Bois Dore back there? Yes, I do. We're gonna get to that. I'm just gonna, for the love of God, I want to review this very quickly, and then we can talk about anything you guys want. So, so Atessa from Masque Milano. I had heard about this long time ago, and one of the iris fragrances that people liked. So I was like, okay, well, let me just give it a try. In the last haul. Was his name Aryush? Nope, it wasn't. Now I can't. Don't make me, text my friends in Iran and ask them what the name is. It's gonna bug me, but I'll figure it out. So Masque Milano Atessa. Let me just see here. Okay. So this is one of the ones that when you talk about iris, people talk about it often. It has a good rating on Fragrantica, and I was like, sure, why not? Launched in 2016. Nose behind it is Luca Maffei. Top notes are champagne, bergamot, neroli. Middle notes are iris, orris root, ylang ylang, tuberose. Ooh, tuberose. Base notes are leather, oak moss, and sandalwood. So those of you know that I'm not a fan of tuberose, but sometimes tuberose is, is like in a good dose and it's not overpowering. I am curious about champagne and iris would be very nice. I have a strange feeling of deja vu. Yes, you've seen this in other life. Let's see. Oof. Oh, this is good. Right off the bat, I get really waxy iris, like a waxy makeup-y, not just waxy makeup-y iris, like those like old like lipsticks of grandma and whatever, the ones that they had just made and would last like 24 hours. Did he have hairy legs? I don't know. I mostly looked at his face. I assume he would have hairy legs. I don't think he would have shaved his legs. Maybe that was the reason he got fired. I don't know. Oof. Okay, not gonna smell it, but this hand has lots of road tobacco on it. But I can smell the little pop of champagne on the top. It goes absolutely beautiful with orris and iris. Like there's a waxy, creamy iris. This is the kind of the iris and orris that you can feel them back of your throat. Now you guys gonna think I'm crazy. Oh, by the way, guys, I'm gonna explain what this is because some of you might ask, the fuck? What is this? So I usually try to wear a necklace that the kids have got me, but recently my last one got tangled, so I've taken it out. I haven't fixed it, but this morning my oldest one had gone to Grandma's, and he had made this one for me at Grandma's and would not leave until I put it on. Hello, who do we have? Richie, Mr. Duck. Lord Mallard is here and hasn't fallen asleep. Not good, not good, not good. Ooh, this is good, guys. Like this, I love this kind of iris when it's like rich and waxy and makeupy and a little bit creamy and has that sparkle at the top, like with the champagne. It's gorgeous. I've 10 minutes until he falls asleep. I'm pretty sure he's probably talking in his sleep. And then I'm sure it's gonna be leather later. I can already smell like a hint of leather. But it's gonna come. I don't want to smell oak moss right now, and I don't feel like tuberose or ylang ylang are overpowering it at all, but this is absolutely gorgeous. If you have not tried, give it a try. I'm gonna also probably will put it on my decant list. Not that I don't like it, but I don't need 100 ml, so reach out to me later or whatever. So that's that. Let me see, where did I put the royal tobacco? I just, oh, it's on my, there's still that kind of tobacco-y going at that tobacco, that like it's beautiful top note, but also the skank in my skin. But the skank is not like, doesn't smell like poop. It's just a little skank. Love it. Or lipstick iris. Oh my god, Nina is really good. If I were you, give it a try, get a sample. They're not that expensive, really. Again, Fragrance Buy had this on their sale, and they're not that expensive, and you can get a 30 ml. You don't need 100 ml. Because I decant sometimes, it's better for me to get 100 ml. This is a gorgeous one. So now somebody asked about the Bois Dore. Let me just go quickly, and since we have Paroli here, and hopefully he's listening, I'm looking at you, Paroli. Let's talk about Bois Dore. Hold on, let me just open it up. Here, let's bring up the notes. So we talked about Van Cleef&arpels that I own, and Bois Dore is probably, might be the second one that I've ever got from this line. Paroli is waiting to buy. It's to buy list as well. Correct. So we have decided that Paroli has to direct deposit his paycheck to me, and I'm going to direct deposit my paycheck to Gary at Flag Buy. It's all what goes around, it comes around, I guess, something like that. So Bois Dore, this one, it comes in this beautiful black bottle with this little. You guys hear the noise? I like these dingly noise that this makes. Comes in this beautiful black bottles for Bois Dore. Are they? You can see through? I don't know. Probably. It's probably my second one that I got from this line, and it was launched in 2017. The nose behind it is Fabrice Pellegrin. Top notes are black pepper, mineral notes. Middle notes are vanilla, almond, tobacco, cedar. Base notes are tonka bean, teakwood, and musk. Now, I have actually never smelled mineral note from this. Fragrance enthusiast. Mitra K and Rich Mitch, have you tried Encre Noir Sport? I do not know. I know that's the one that supposed to smell like sycamore. And wake up, Rich. Somebody's asking you a question. His hand is like, really. So on my skin, from what I get, I don't actually get much on the tester blot. It might be just that I sprayed a lot of fragrances, but on my skin, I know that I get a lot of almond, that I get some hints of tobacco, vanilla, and tonka bean from this, and some general woody notes. Suppose is the word. Hi, Justin. Vintage Bandit. Oh, I've been curious about that one. I don't know how that smells like. Robert Piguet. How you say Piguet or Piguet? I don't know. Piguet probably is one of the brands that has always piqued my curiosity. I've had Visa. I have their Harrods exclusive Nightbridge. Bandit. So he told you he just needed a few minutes. Mm. Yeah, the Bois Dore is absolutely beautiful. This is one of those that I would usually wear in like in colder weathers. Not really for hot weather fragrance, but on my skin is mostly vanilla, almond, a little bit of tobacco, and tonka bean. Ever seen or heard of Inverso Profumi? No, I have not. All these things. Somebody take a note of these things that I need to be looking into. Hey, RN, you like to spend my money, so take a note on what I will be need to be looking for. Hydrating. Okay. The other one from this family that's very famous, like Van Cleef Arpels, is the Orchidee Vanille. It is a nice vanilla, but that's about it. Like, I mean, it is a nice vanilla, everyday vanilla. It's something that there's no fuss. You can wear it any time of year, any time of day. And there's nothing complex or, you know, offensive in it. So mandarin, lychee, bitter almond, Bulgarian rose violet, vanilla, absolute, tonka bean, and cedar. So from this, mostly what I get is a little bit of a bitter almond and vanilla and tonka. That's all. Am I the wallet manager now? Behad New York. Yes, you are. I don't know if I'm allowed to drop a link, but they have a very nice, long-lasting lavender and vanilla. If you like lavender or vanilla. Oh yeah, sure. Go ahead, drop a link if you want. Absolutely, no worries. But I don't know. Not all the time the links come out properly. Let me see if I can pull them up. What is it? Inverso or Profumi? Where are they from? Probably is from. Probably they are from Italy, aren't they? Inverso Profumi. Let's see here. They have 15 perfumes. Now, which one of them is the one that you're talking about? If I'm going to take a guess, hold still. Let's see, is that the one? No, it's not. I don't think this is the one. These are some interesting notes, actually. I quite like that. Let me see what you're saying here. Italy. Oh, they are from Italy. But what did you say what the name what it was? Inverso Profumi, but you didn't say the name of the perfume. Let's see. They have very interesting, this house, how long this house has been around. Holst says 2020, but it doesn't talk about the house. And oh my God, and interesting names for interesting perfumes. They have one, it's called Oh My God, with very interesting notes, something that I probably would like. Oh, is this Incantissimo Inverso Profumi? I think that's probably what you were talking about. Incantissimo is the lavender. Yes, I saw that. Italy, but the wife of the perfumer is based on NYC. Oh, okay. I see. Okay, let me just hold on a second. And where can you get these? Okay. Let's see. I'll just drop the link for the house so people can look at it. But I don't know where you can get it from. Like, shipping out from Italy is such a nightmare. Here, shipping out from Italy is one of the biggest nightmares of all time. So that's the, I don't know if it comes out properly. A few random places in NYC, Shein, a clothing store, and Steele at NYC. Oh, okay. Well, NYC friends, give me a sample. Joking. So talked about Orchidee Vanille. It's a simple vanilla. The other one is the Bois d'Amande. This one is quite subdued, like from Van Cleef & Arpels, but I still like it very much. These are my quiet, nice girls, like on a days that I don't want to wear too much. I don't want to be too much. I don't want to be seen. I don't want to be heard. I don't want to be heard, but I don't want to be seen. These would be the ones that I would be wearing. So let me just pull up this thing, Bois d'Amande. This is basically like a lot of, I'm noticing that a lot of their perfumes have the tonka and bitter almond in their collection. So Bois d'Amande, And they are quite reasonably priced. I don't know how much this goes for, but I think most of the time you can get them for like 100, 120 in the groups, like at maximum. You know what I hate? When you pronounce the name right, like you spell the name right. The Fragrantica comes in French, which I can read, but it takes time. English. Here. Okay. So, Bois d'Amande. Bois d'Amande is, like, what year was it released? It's released in 2020. Oh, it's more new, like newer. And the behind the fragrance is Sidonie Lancesser. Top notes are almond, lemon, and middle notes are Virginia cedar. Base notes are vanilla and masque. On me, it's basically just almond and vanilla. That's what I smell from it. Mostly that. What do you think of Bois D'iris? Bois D'iris is me love Bois D'iris. Where are you? Here, like, yeah, I have quite a bit of dent on it. Bois D'iris. Yeah. Bois D'iris is a really gorgeous perfume, but like, do not be going to this one thinking that this is going to be your very complex iris fragrance. This is going to be, it's a beautiful fragrance and it's a beautiful iris, but it's not too complicated, but very well made for the price that it is being sold at. Hold on, let me just pull it up here. Okay, iris. And this one is the one that I usually wear at bedtime. The notes are, you know, might scare you a little bit. It's talking about being earthy. I don't get anything earthy out of this, to be honest. Like, I don't know. Maybe it's just they're talking about the vetiver or ambergris in the base, like that. But still, I don't get anything. Yeah, just a little bit salty, but it's not too salty as, like, you know, that would lean marine or like something like that. Just a little touch of, like, it gives a little bit of a pulp at the top. And the iris, and that's all that I smell. I don't smell the vetiver. I don't smell particularly ambergris, unless that salt is the ambergris. So this is also an absolutely beautiful one. A Joma shop often have these too, right? Yeah, guys, I think Joma shop has these often too, and at good prices too. So if you want something like that, like a bedtime iris, and not too complicated, not too headachy, and also wear it to work where you're not supposed to be wearing perfumes, you can wear that one. The other one is I really like for summer is this one. It is a Neroli Amara. Like, it's one of the very few Virginia cedar. No, oh really? One of the very few Nerolis that I ever liked. And actually, this one started to change my mind about Neroli, and then I smelled Imagine from Guerlain, and then absolutely I fell in love. I'm not really a fan of sickly sweet Neroli. Like, if it's Neroli combined with a lot of sweet notes, that's not going to be me. But this is absolutely gorgeous Neroli. Oof, like, it's so fresh. It's juicy, it's fresh, it's really refreshing. It's a happy perfume, like really, really happy perfume. Like that's what I would call it. So good. I can't wait for, like, summer to come to wear this. Like, it's I mean, you can wear it in winter too, like, if you want to, but it is something. And it's also not only Neroli. I mean, so where's the Neroli in this one? Yeah, it's an orange blossom. So this one has some oranginess in it, which kind of like smoothens that oil, like an orange blossom itself. Oh, so good, so good. And there's a little bit of a green. I assume that's coming from Cyprus. Of course, this won't last as long. Like, this is probably in summer, about like 5 or 6 hours in summer, but it is good for what it is. And to be honest, the price is not something that you're, like, I'm not expecting this to last me like whole day. Anyways, plus I have been actually getting pissed off by the perfumes that last me whole day. More likely, like, for example, when I'm gonna wear Royal Tobacco, I'm gonna get a little bit pissed off because, I kind of want my perfumes to go away in the afternoon so I can wear something else because I have a bunch. So Guys, we have 20 in the house. Like the stream, drop your scent of the day, and subscribe, please. I'm gonna keep saying this. Then we come to their collection of these ones, the Van Cleef & Arpels, like a black collection. I guess, I don't have Amber Imperial. I just lied in the previous one. Maybe I thought about getting Amber Imperial and I didn't. Oh, you know what it is? I always mistake. These bottles kind of look like, not really, but kind of look like the Elisa, the Essence line. But I have amber from that line, not from this line. Justin says, I like wearing 2-3 perfumes per day as well. I don't want one fragrance to last all day. Exactly. And then I'm just like this. I don't know why, but I end up getting headaches like at the end of the day if I'm wearing the same perfume and it's lasting me the whole day. It's like that strong that lasting me the whole day. I'm starting to get a headache. So I don't know. Joys of getting old. So this one is, the first one as we open. I don't even know how many fragrances are. And shout out to my boss. I'm going to say this. My ex-boss, she retired. And hi, Calby. Scent of today, Himo Jomas Summer in Peru. Tabac Blanc. Oh, what do you think of Tabac Blanc, Nina? Let me know what you think of Tabac Blanc. I wasn't blown away. I love Tabac Exquise. Tabac Exquise, right? Because that's from the Caron. But Tabac Blonde is like, I don't know. Let me know how you feel about it, though. So, Rêve d'Encens from the Van Cleef & Arpels. Oh, I was giving a shout out to my boss, who retired, but she used to wear Van Cleef & Arpels first into the office, and she told me that was her mother's perfume and she really liked it. So that was an absolute really, you like it? Oh, now I have to try again. This is bad, guys. You know what? You need to, when you're trying to have scents, like, don't be like me. Really? Spicy carnation, huh? A good artist perfume is Y by YSL. Absolutely it is. It is a beautiful, beautiful perfume. Y by YSL. Vintage, not current. That is correct. Spicy carnation, hey? From Tabac Blonde. To me, it was pretty subdued, Nina. Anyways, okay. I don't even know, Calby, like the Center Today that you said. I have never even heard of that brand. I don't know where it's or what it is. I will have to look into that. Secretary, not secretary, but admin assistant of the live RN, please write the note. You need to try, Nina. You need to try. You know what? I'll talk to you later. So Rêve d'Encens here. Caron pour homme. Ooh, Caron pour un homme. I have never tried that one. I mean, to be honest, up until like 2023, the only men's perfume that I had tried on me was the Dior Homme Intense. And then I'm like, okay, well, let's just explore what's out there. So I have some men's perfume, but not a lot of men's perfume I have tried. Rêve d'Encens. This is good. This is good. So this was an accidental purchase by me. I thought I saw Reve Cashmere, and I wanted the Reve Cashmere, but apparently I bought Rêve d'Encens. I'm not going to complain about it. It was a good price, and I like it, so I'm not going to complain about it. But still, it was an accident buy. Rêve d'Encens is Oriental, was launched in 2018, saffron. Top notes, middle notes are Albanum and rose, and base notes are sandalwood and white musk. And looking at this, I was like, oh my god, I won't like these notes, but I like it. Oh, it's Hima Jomo, not Himo Jomo. Oh my god. Galby, I'm dyslexic, right? So I don't know if you know that. That sounds like a nightmare to me. Okay, so saffron off the bat, I smell this, and I'm not usually a fan of saffron in perfumery because saffron in perfumery, it smells really different than saffron in cooking. Isn't it, Nina? Back me up, please. I don't think that saffron in perfumery has anything to do with saffron in cooking. Like, there's no similarity between the two. I do smell saffron though, and Old Rose and sandalwood, like all of those together, but this quite smooth and goes together. And somehow there's the, well, all Lebanon, right? Like there's that smokiness into it. It's pretty nice. And it's a keeper, so I'm going to keep this one. These are 125 ml bottles, right? Yeah, these are, so I think these come in 75 and 125. I don't know if this line comes in 125, but that's what it is. Now, Reve Cashmere, which is exactly, you know it, girl. It is the truth. An absolute truth, but what truth? I don't know. Okay, so let's see. I also want to try Moonlight Patchouli from this line. I have tried Santal Blanc, I think, from this line. I wasn't a fan of it. Now I see they have a Thé Amara, which I would be very interested to try, given that it has a tea note in it, which that could be very nice. Memoir Woman is absolutely gorgeous. It's a beautiful scent. Then I'm gonna try to find the Reve Cashmere. Where is Reve Cashmere? Let's find the Reve Cashmere. There's an Orchid Leather. Never tried. The Reve Cashmere. And this might be discontinued. They were launched in 2017. It doesn't say who the perfumer is either. This one, I got this one because somebody told me this is kind of in lines of Cuir Beluga, which is absolutely one of my favorite Guerlains, Cuir Beluga. And surprise, surprise, they also on Fragrantica, when you go, it says 84 people have said it smells like Cuir Beluga, and 57 said it doesn't. I don't know. But what I get from it is quite powdery, very smooth leather. Just tiny bit of leather, not too much. There's a cashmere wood, but it's not really overly synthetic that it would give you a headache. The sandalwood is there. I don't really smell the jasmine or anything. It's mostly the smooth mix of vanilla, leather, cashmere wood, heliotrope, and a little bit of a sparkle. This is absolutely gorgeous. And this does last. I know there's a little bit of an issue with people trying the new versions of the Cuir Beluga and not lasting, but this does last. I'm gonna say it's not as refined as Cuir Beluga. Do not expect the quality of Cuir Beluga in this one, but it is still beautiful. Rich anti-wipe, absolutely. We are all for it. I love to have rich anti-wipe. All right, so those were all my Van Cleef & Arpels. I think I tried all of them. The next one I want to talk about, and this is Cuir 404 from Indult, from the House of Indult, and this is a new, here. Look at this, not me, here. Cuir 404 from House of Indult. This one, it met my nose at Osme Perfumery again, and I was like, what is this, and why haven't I been aware of it? I've smelled Tehota from them. I had Tehota, I sold Tehota. I know it was blasphemy, but to me it was quite basic, to be honest, in terms of the vanilla, so I sold it. Now let's open the, where did Cuir 404? And I know a lot of people struggle with Cuir, or like with the Cuir, actually, if I want to say it properly, Cuir. But a lot of people struggle with it because it is a difficult note. And to be honest, if I had not tried Ombre Leather Parfum, I think it was Parfum. I'm not 100% sure. I don't know if I would ever get into leather. I never understood why somebody would want to smell like leather until I tried ombre leather. One of them, like I don't know if it's EDP or Parfum. The one that has a little bit more sweetness, I think it's Parfum. And then I was like, what is this? And I absolutely like it. And you know, from then on, it was just a slippery slope. So I still cannot wear really like a rugged, like really cowboy leather, but this kind of leather, yes, I can. Oof, this is so good. This is so good, guys. This is so good, good, good. I do get from right off the bat, it's like that suede. There is a little bit of a vetiver, makes it kind of fresh and citruses, like vetiver and citruses. I do get clove, but it's not really overpowering. Somehow the combination of citrus and bergamot, I guess, like it gives it a little bit of a fruity vibe, like it's almost like a fruity leather, but not, it's not like a juvenile fruity. I'm not talking about that. Oof. This is an absolutely a masterpiece of a leather fragrance. Really gorgeous. Really, really nice. This is something. I'm still smelling rose tobacco here. Just want to take it here. Yeah, absolutely gorgeous. What am I sniffing? I'm sniffing. Deep stiff. Okay, that was the wrong one. But we sniffed a bunch of stuff, but this is Cuir 404. 404. Cuir 404. From House of Indult. Then what do I have? I'm gonna go to House of Welton. That's another one that I wanted to give a try. And I think I talked about it before in the previous video, the High Tripler. This one I had seen before launch in 2020. 2020. When was I at Aix-en-Provence? Was it this year or last year? I can't remember. It was this year, I think, right? I think it was this year. So I saw it the day before launch there, and it hadn't been launched until recently. I think it was just recently that they launched it in US market. They were selling it at Aix-en-Provence, at Scent Explore, but I put an order. By the time I got to buy it, and then yes, you have several Weltons because you bought the Secret Amber Lady. I saw you buying it. S-Star. Paramour by Oman Luxury was my gateway leather. Oh, really? Interesting. You know what? I don't know anything about Oman Luxury. Like I've looked at their, and maybe it's, and this is probably very ignorant of me, but like the name of it being Oman Luxury scares me because I feel like, oh, it's going to be lots of ouds, there's going to be lots of animalics and lots of, you know, heavy amberwood, and I'm like going to stay off of it. I don't know why I think that. That's so stupid, but it is what it is. So let me just, So House of Welton, it's a British house. They have quite a few fragrances. I did not pull this up. What? WTF? Let's see. Welton, it's called Mystic Myrrh. Mystique Myrrh. Myrrh. Mystic Myrrh. So it is an oriental spicy fragrance. Oh, no, not you. It's the whole thing. Okay. It's oriental spicy fragrance for a man and woman. This is a new fragrance. It has launched in 2024. Nose behind it is Vincent Record. Top notes are myrrh, incense, black pepper, and pink pepper. Middle notes are coffee, vanilla, iris, oud, papyrus. Base notes are tonka bean, cacao pod, benzoin, leather, and ambergris. So, of course, I saw myrrh, which is one of my favorite notes, incense, and then iris and vanilla and coffee. And I said, maybe we can tolerate oud. We'll see how it smells like. And I don't think it contains any oud. Like it's a lot of fragrances that they say have oud. I don't think this contains any oud. Actually, It's getting mixed with this. Such an uplifting, like the myrrh, incense, and black pepper. In the opening, it makes it's incensey, but it's not choking. It's kind of quite airy, breezy. Can't smell iris or vanilla yet, or coffee. Nina, what do you like? Did you like any of the samples of the Weltons that you tried? I know you bought the Secret Amber, which I tried. I thought it was a smidgen sweet for me. No, I may be wrong. I think I have a sample of the Secret Amber, but oh, there we go. Starting to get some vanilla. I can appreciate a little bit of ambergris. This is an absolutely gorgeous fragrance. I tried it in there. I think I tried it at Exxon's, and then I tried it at Santa Explorer, and I was like, I gotta get it. And I threw them my card from Jovoy at the time, and I got it from them. So it's a gorgeous, gorgeous fragrance. I think there's 3 in this line. Let me see. There's one leather one from this line. It's also beautiful, but I felt that was like a little bit more masculine than I could handle. There was Saffron Euphoria, and there's Imperial Leather. The Imperial Leather, let me just open it. That was gorgeous too. The Imperial, oh, it's a bit sweet for me too. Yeah, I thought that so. Imperial Leather is Christian Provenzano, and saffron, pink pepper, rosemary, bergamot, grapefruit, Havana. It was quite masculinely made, like leather, raspberry, oud, brown sugar, and magnolia. Base notes are amber, patchouli, vanilla, and vetiver. My favorite is Kimon, the best tea fragrance. Oh, from them, from Welton. Let me pull that up. Kimon. Oh, right, with the white cap. That one has iris too. The mate, myrrh, bergamot, black tea, iris, incense, gaiac, cacao pod, rum, and musk. Hello, I'm in. What do you get from it the most? Is it the mostly tea? Apparently, people are saying that it is close to Blue Madeleine from Atelier des Ors, which I've never tried. Kimon from Welton, yeah. There's no annoying or piercing aroma chemicals that blot, but almost every other note will someone shout hallelujah. Kimon is a famous tea region in China. Oh, I did not know that. Interesting. Oh, interesting. Now I have my cart building up, and here my top notes has also left a review in here. I need to look into this. I may get a sample from Jovoy. I love bergamot tea. Like I said, bergamot, like this, the whole tea and bergamot is like my jam. Trust your player, he drinks tea by the gallon. I get a cup of black tea with single sugar cube at the bottom. You know, for me, is the tea is at, like the tea is, this is probably more, Nina, is to exclusive to actually my province. I think you would agree. Look at this, guys. By the way, FYI, if you fidget a lot, you'll find out these bottles are refillable, which is not good. Which is not good. Dude, I know it's easy to make it refillable, but these are so easy to fake. Or get the new bottle, legit bottle, and fill with fake. Like, if you're listening to me, House of Welton, don't make it like that. Or are you planning to get refills? Can we refill this? If the bottle is refillable, it only makes sense, wouldn't it? Right? You only have to fidget a little bit. The tea that I like, and is probably very specific to my region in Iran, is the black tea, yes. Very close to Earl Grey, like kind of that kind of tea, with, we get the seeds of cardamom and crush it just once, not make it a powder or anything, and then put that and tiny bit of cinnamon, not cinnamon, sorry, cardamom, and then there is a little bit of Turkish apples we put in, like the Turkish dried apples, and it's just something to die for. I can pound like gallons of it every day. Actually, people from my province are famous for drinking a lot of tea. Like Persians drink tea in like little dainty, little very very dainty glasses. But in my province, we drink tea in like thermos. So that's kind of drinking tea I'm talking about. Did any of you guys watch Super Deco? I'm going to just talk about that for a minute because I saw a very interesting thing. I made a Persian style Christmas dinner, Mitra. It was so good. What did you make, Tripler? Persian style Christmas dinner. Was your turkey stuffed with some rice? That would be good. I bet that would be very nice. People from my province are famous for wasting their money on yes, but no, you're not from Texas. I mean, that's not a province. That's a state. You're talking about something else, I guess. Yes. So if anyone listened to Super Deco, I don't know if you saw the Chanel, the Les Exclusive, the 35 ml bottles. That's not, it is not, apparently it's a limited edition, number one. You have to buy 5 of them, and it comes in a box, a special box. So it was very interesting to see that, like the 35 ml. The prices apparently is, if you buy 5 of them, you can choose any of the 5, and the price is $830 USD for 5 35 mls. And apparently it's limited release, or only every store is going to have 1 or 2 box, or not a lot, or whatever. So that is the news. I am interested to know like where Chanel is going with that. Are they just testing the market and they're gonna make 35 ml bottles? Because let's be honest, like I don't know if they make more money per smaller bottles, because the juice, that's usually you get more bang for your buck with the bigger bottle, right? So the bigger you get, like the price per ml is better. I wonder if the brand makes better money with the smaller bottles, but then they're gonna jack up the price. So they're gonna do like right now it's 166 per, like 5 of them would be 830. I wonder, like, they're gonna come up with close to 190 would be a 35 ml. It's under 200. It's actually smart, because nowadays in the market nothing is selling above 200, even though $200 for a 35 ml is ridiculous. But I can see how it can sell. People might, not everyone is going to use all of that. They'll price it to make money. The packaging costs more than the juice. You know what? The thing is, the smaller bottles are cheaper to make. And most of the time you're making these bottles in China, and it's cheaper to ship in terms of how many bottles you can ship. Shipping from China is not cheap. And, if you're making, like you can, rather than 200 ml bottles, you're having like 5 or 6 or 7 35 ml. It is, and it's going to be the same weight. That's saving a lot of money for the brand. And you can price your juice higher per ml. You're producing the same juice, but when you're putting it to 35 ml, it's going to cost more for the client. That's absolute success. I wonder if that's something behind it. Anyway, Tripler made a jeweled rice with pomegranate seed and herbs, Persian spiced turkey, and cucumber salad. That sounds really, really good. Chanel is also selling 6.8 Florence EDP and accompanying body oil 8.4 for $850. Oh. So what? Wait, what? And now I'm trying to think. My bottles are $250, like the oils? I don't know. I got 2 body oils, and I didn't look at, they look the same size as my 200 ml bottles, but I got the Sycamore and Coromandel body oil. I don't know if they are Maybe they're thinner. Maybe they take more. I don't know. I have to take a look. Okay. What else? Oh, there's another house that I was curious about. I don't know if you guys noticed. Like, have you guys heard of a house of Evody? Evody? This one? They are on FragranceNet, and the reason I didn't buy from FragranceNet because it's from Joy, because probably it would be a lot cheaper on FragranceNet. So I didn't buy it from them. And this one had interesting notes, so I was like, well, sure, why not? I'm sure it has a iris in it. That's why I picked it up. And yes, it does. So Evody from this house has, let's see, Blanc de Sienne. This is called Blanc de Sienne by Evody Parfums. Is a fragrance for man and woman. Launched in 2015. Was created by Anne-Sophie Begel and Amélie Bourgeois. Top notes are basil, bergamot, lemon. Middle notes are iris, cypress, orange blossom, fig. Base notes are resins, woody notes, and coffee. Let's see what's this about. I'm curious. They're cheap too. Like, they're not that expensive at all. I think they were like, I saw bottles for $70. I don't know. I don't know about this. What the WTF? It's pretty nope, that's a flop. I don't know what's going on, but it's quite like a chemically. I guess they tried to make basil with cypress and fig. Oh, absolutely not working out. That's a pile of garbage. It is cheap and it shows. So that's that. Then I had, let me just try one thing more and then we'll end it. If you guys, have you ever tried anything from the house of Les Eaux Primordiales? From Les Eaux Primordiales, I have Iris, which is absolutely gorgeous. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And it's Cedra Superfluid. Iris Palladium and Cedra Superfluid. Cedra Superfluid is everything that I wanted, but BR540 beep, but it's not BR540 at all. Like, it just reminds me of that airiness, but that's about it. And Iris Palladium is beautiful. I hear the amber one is gorgeous too, as well as Vanilla Supermassive. These are gorgeous perfumes. And they sent me, I don't think I really wanted the Masque Superfluid. I think this is an extra from Joboy that they sent me, like on the package. And right off the bat, it reminds me of 1957 for whatever reason. So the sets are $7.35. No. $7.35 a mouse for the same price? No, there's $5.35 a mouse. Am I only into niche? No, I wear anything. Like, to be honest, I have Jo Malone's. I have Zara. I have like a regular line Chanel, regular line Dior. And these are not niche really. Like, the ones that I'm smelling, most of them are, like, I am big in Guerlain and Chanel and Dior. Those are luxury designers. They're not really niche anymore. I mean, maybe they were at some point, but they're not anymore. Is it, Jo Malone? Not really niche. Niche is okay. So for sake of all of us here, let me just pull out the definition of niche, because I need to be doing this. What does niche perfume mean? Because I had a perfume. So niche perfumes were okay. All right, let's see, how do you describe what's niche? What's the difference of the niche perfume? So niche fragrances are fragrances that are usually the house is not making anything else but perfumes. So a lot of houses, that was traditionally the definition of niche perfume. So if a house is making a candle, they're not niche. They were only were making perfumes. And that would be called niche fragrance. So what is a niche perfume? A fragrance is a type of fragrance produced in smaller quantities, sold through specialty boutiques or online retailers, as opposed to mass-produced fragrances sold in department stores. You can find Chanel, Dior, and all of those things in Guerlain, in like here in Holton Renfrew. You can find that in Neiman Marcus. I guess all those stores there are department store. The term niche refers to the fragrance exclusivity and uniqueness, as opposed to the more widely available mainstream fragrance. Boutique perfumes often feature our rare and high quality ingredients. Their scents can be very complex and layered. So less exclusive are no, they're not. None of the Chanel perfumes are niche. They want them to be niche. They used to be niche, but now they are making their body oil. They're making their other products. So they're not really niche to me. They are called luxury designer. They have their own category. So there's, mass-produced perfumes, like regular line perfumes, mainstream. There is luxury designers, which is Chanel, Dior, Prada, all of these lines, like Guerlain, Armani, all of those. They're not niche. They're luxury designers. And then there's niche houses. Like niche houses, like what would be the niche house? The niche houses would be like nowadays, like the house that only makes perfume. For example, the house of Puente that I'm gonna interview Liam like end of the month. For the lack of better, like I can't remember who else would be there. That is a niche house because it's only making the fragrances, nothing else. And then the lack of mass advertising, but some of these things started, like I think the Chanel perfumes, like the Les Exclusives, started as niche perfumes, but they're no longer would really follow the definition of the niche perfumery. For example, like they didn't really advertise a lot of, you won't see Chanel like a Belle Respiro ad on TV. That was because there's no mass advertising of the niche fragrances. But and then there's Guerlain, yeah. And then there's Guerlain, right? Like that's the thing. Guerlain makes all sort of stuff. Guerlain makes makeup. They have always made makeup. They have always made, like they have even made toothpaste. So they're not a niche fragrance house by any means. They are an old fragrance house. They have maybe the lines that are more exclusive and come out, but they're not a niche fragrance house by any means. And then there's PDM. No. Let's not talk about PDM, please. Like just don't ruin my night, Tripler. Like, don't talk about PDM. I do not like PDM. The only one that I could tolerate is Harrods. Harrods, not Herod. Herod, not Herods. But or like even, I think for example, this house. What's this one? Jeroboam. I think Jeroboam is. Do they have candles? I can't even remember, but like Jeroboam, I think is the niche house. So the definition, like the notes that I've taken says the following features that form the definition of a niche perfume is an in-house perfumer, no mass marketing, limited quantity availability, unusual fragrance notes. Whatever that is, I agree with you. So yeah, so it talks about how landscapes have evolved. Niche perfume is more than just exclusivity and high quality ingredients. It's a statement of individuality, exploration of artistic expression, and a rejection of mass-produced, celebrity-endorsed fragrances dominating the mainstream. Okay, so it's talking about how the definition of a niche perfume is expanding to include a focus on sustainability, ethical sourcing, and transparency. Many niche brands are committed to use natural, organic ingredients and minimizing their environmental impact. That resonates with their customers. Moreover, has become a platform for diverse voices and perspectives. They're pushing boundaries, like blah, blah, blah. And so if this is niche, the indies are mostly the ones with self-taught perfumers. What is the indie perfumer? I had a nice table comparing it. If someone knows a better definition of indie perfumes, All right. So indie perfumes are fragrances created by small independent perfumers or brands that are not part of major fragrance brands. So like they're not interesting anyways. I mean, they are often privately owned and led by a perfumer or brand director. Indie perfumes are sometimes sold through online retailers or specialty ones. I thought there was more into this. Okay. So I think it's a lot of indie perfumes, like they have this creative director and the perfumer is the same person. They do not necessarily follow IFRA regulations. Um, yeah, and indie perfumes. I guess Libertine fragrance is noted here as an indie perfume, which is the Canadian house. So it is becoming a little bit more and more kind of like the water is getting a little bit murky. The definition between these different fragrances between indie, niche, luxury designer, and all these. But I would not, guys. If you disagree with me, just somebody tell me something. But I would not think of um, I would not think of Chanel or Dior or like Guerlain as a niche house. That being said, fragrance enthusiast, now that you're asking, what would you consider like a mainstream then? Like if these are not mainstream, what would be like I would say Coco Chanel is a mainstream now. Can you cook Persian food? What's your favorite Persian food? Do you know kebab? Yes, I can cook Persian food. I not these days a lot because it's really labor intense and my household is mixed. Um, but I do my favorite Persian food is korma sabzi, obviously. And I really like it and I make it in a slow cooker and that's really good. And I know kebab, yeah. MFK, what about MFK? I think MFK is not niche, like we know that. But I mean, to give it to him, he created something that really it did make like a change in the fragrance community. I think he did create something that just like blew and blew out of proportion, maybe. But and it was unique at the time, but I would not call it unique anyway. I think designer houses can have a mainstream line and their private line, correct? But even their private line is not as private anymore. I don't know if you agree with me, because even in their private line, like for example, like YSL, like they have the Vestiaire line, right? I know there are not a lot of YSL lovers here, but I love YSL, and YSL have their Vestiaire line, but now Vestiaire line is making candles. Um, Correct. That's a good point. Yes, when Duchaufour releases his new line, is it really indie? Not really. Yeah, it's hard to. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. This still definitions are really. I guess it's also individual, right? So when we are talking about, they started these terms so people know what they're talking about, what kind of perfumes are talking about. But like the definition has kind of grown and evolved and changed. So it's sometimes like when I'm talking to someone, it's like I have to ask, what do you consider like what do you consider an indie? Le Labo is niche. No, they also make like a home scents and they also make candles. What else Le Labo makes? Probably makes soap and stuff, right? Like yeah, they make body wash and soap and all those things. So I would not consider them niche. They are luxury designers now. There's niche and then there's an artisan. Correct. I guess that's one way of looking at it. Like so artisan for you. By the way, if anyone wants to hop on and just talk to me on like come to the StreamYard, like just let me know. I'll just drop you a link. If you're an indie, you work out of your kitchen. Correct. I think that's more like indie like. And I know Josh from Libertine. I know Sunyata from Untamed Perfumery. Um, and I would say Matthew Melag is indie. MFK is easy to find, widely available, so not niche. Nope, not niche. It's a luxury designer now, right? It's also, I think, part of what I didn't read here is that when a fragrance house is making other products other than perfume, they're not niche anymore. They fall into luxury designer or something like that in that line. Artisan is to me the small batch focused on the artistic and creative. Correct. It's funny, right? Like, because now I'm trying to think, like, but in this definition, zoologist still would be niche because they're not making anything else other than perfumes. Indie perfumers should be self-taught. Yeah, these definitions are loose and don't really matter, in my opinion. Yeah, I to be honest, it isn't. But it's like when people ask me, "Oh, do you only like niche?" and I'm like, and then someone like fragrance enthusiast said, "Well, what you mean Chanel's are not niche?" And I'm like, "No, they're not." Or like Joe Malone is not niche. I don't think it is. But I think when they are like in two sides of the spectrum, it's easy to, distinguish them. Like, for example, a house like, Puente, you know that they're niche and only make fragrances, and then a house like YSL, we know that they're not only doing that, right? So, but as it gets closer together, like the definitions are hard. Like now in Creed, like Creed has all sort of other things. Like they're not considered, to me, they're not really niche. They're luxury designer, but not niche. The last one I want to try before I leave, and we'll wrap it up, is the decant of the L'Heure Exquise by Annick Goutal. It's a vintage one. And then you have Yoji, who is the definition of designer and more niche than PDM. Interesting. I will have to look that up. L'Heure Exquise by Annick Goutal. So Annick Goutal was a house with a lot of good perfumes, and then eventually it was taken over by the daughter, I assume. Is that right, guys? I think I'm saying it right. And the name has changed to Goutal now, only Goutal. Creed also just come on, I love some of them. Like, I don't, okay, don't hate me. I love Creed Sublime Vanille. I like Delphinus. I like Carmina. I know, blasphemy. Don't hate me, but I like them. Sorry. It is what it is. No, I'm gonna open up L'Heure Exquise from Annick Goutal. And where did that go? Here. I have so many Fragrantica pages open. L'Heure Exquise from Annick Goutal. There we go. So now it's called Goutal Paris, the house. It's a floral fragrance. Was launched in 1984. L'Heure Exquise was created by Annick Goutal and Isabelle Doyen. Dislike on principle. Dislike on principle. I know. Camille Goutal and Liz Doyen also started a new natural line called Voyage Imaginaire. Oh, interesting. I didn't know that. I still like green Irish tweed. Yeah. It's okay. We can dislike someone and like what they create, or a house. It's okay. Everybody's free to like whatever they want and dislike whatever they want. It's not like... The only thing that gets on my nerves, to be honest, so there's a couple of things. The one thing that gets on my nerves is when people have not tried anything from a house, just dislike it because they've heard other people disliking it. I'm okay if you have tried 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 and you don't like where you think these fragrances are going, and that's your opinion, and that's fine. But I don't like when a brand is totally bashed because, someone has heard something about it. I just feel like everyone deserves... all the fragrances are deserved. I'm not all deserves. Not dupes, not clones. But most fragrances that are made as art, as someone, then they deserve to be smelled at least once, just to see what it smells like before you say I don't like it. I mean, the same way I tell my kids, right? Like, you can't tell me that you don't like this before eating this. Like, you have to try it once. I will not try a lot of Arabian perfumes, by the way, because I have this horrible thing with amberwood, and I almost like throw up and barf with amberwood. I won't try, but that's my personal thing. And I'm not going to say they are crap. I can't handle them. I can't tolerate them, but maybe it smells good to someone. L'Or Exquise, the vintage formulation sent to me by, one and only dear Amouage. And this is very much vintage, and what makes it very vintage is the hyacinth in the opening. And there's iris there, and I can smell the galbanum. Galbanum? I don't even know how to say that properly. It's interesting, like the review of it says, the bitter scent of freshly cut grass and hyacinth. Oh, hyacinth is there. Stalks becoming powdery and slightly sweeter as the iris and rose emerge, and just enough vanilla to keep it warm and grounded. It's quite a bit of hyacinth. I'm glad I didn't chase the full bottle, because this is way too vintage for me. If you're okay with hyacinth, you may like this, but probably not for me. Thank you, though, and it was like, I really, really appreciate you. I appreciate you, like decanting it and send it to me, and taking time to do that. Thank you very much, and you've been more than generous every single time I bought something from you. Anyways, guys, thank you for being here. You're 21 in the house. If you have not subscribed by now, please subscribe. Like, our videos, as if like there's more than one of me. I try to keep it casual. I'm going to also announce that I'm going to interview one and only Persolates on January 7th on the channel. Please, please save the date. It's going to be, I want to say it's 1800 UK time, whatever time that would be your time. So, yeah, I don't like Jeremy on principle. No, I have reasons to not like Jeremy. So please save the date and time, and I am very, very excited that he graciously agreed to interview in my channel, in my really small channel. Please subscribe, turn the notification on, and we shall see you later. Look at that, we're at 24 right now when I'm saying bye. In reality, I should have been packing tonight, but I still okay. I'll pack tomorrow morning. That's fine. Love you all, and have a good night.